Hey there, it's Julie from Strength and Honor Training and Nutrition. Thank you so much for joining this nutrition talk where we're going to talk all about beverages. We're going to talk about how we consume them and why we may want to rethink how we drink them. So first off, a little bit about our nutrition program. Our program is powered by Healthy Steps Nutrition. Together, we believe something as fundamental as nutrition shouldn't be complicated. And that is why we focus on a simple habit-based approach to help you reach your goals one step at a time. Healthy Steps Nutrition has helped over 40,000 people around the globe take control of their health. Here at Strength and Honor, we have some pretty incredible stories as well. All right, so first, let's talk about obesity. You might be wondering, why are we discussing obesity during a drink talk? Well, according to the CDC, the prevalence of obesity in 2017 and 2018 was 42.4% for adults and 19.3% in children and adolescents. A study published in January of 2020 found that a reduction in sugar consumption was found to slow down the annual rate of increasing obesity. So, in addition, many studies have found a correlation between increased sugar consumption and weight gain, which is why we really need to consider or reconsider thinking what we're drinking. So, one time I had a client who was telling me all of the right food she was eating, day in and day out, using the plate method, eating vibrant veggies, whole grains, and lean protein. Literally the model of a type of plate you would want to be consuming, but she just wasn't seeing movement in the right direction. So we started digging in a little bit, and one area that we really spent some time on were her beverages. And we found out that despite all of her hard work, she didn't realize how many calories she was consuming through sugary beverages. So I'll tell you a little bit about her typical day. She started off with a Starbucks sweetened latte, had 100% apple juice with her morning snack, and in the afternoon or with dinner, lunch and dinner, she was choosing a can of soda. One weekend, she would hang out and, have some drinks with mixed friends. Maybe it was more than one weekend, but either way, she was definitely having a few beverages with friends on the weekend. So while on a regular occasion, she was only having 3 to 4 drinks, they really snuck up. So let me put this in a visual for you. Take a look at the picture on the screen here. Would you let your kids eat this? Well, that's about 6¼ teaspoons of sugar, which is the same as drinking this lemonade. How about this amount of sugar? Pretty crazy looking, right? Every time you grab a can of Coke, you are getting about 10¼ teaspoons of sugar. It's a great visualization. So now let's bring this into context. The AHA recommends no more than 24 grams of added sugar for women and 36 grams for men, or about 6 to 9 teaspoons of sugar respectively. That one lemonade or that one cola is already more than you should have in any given day. So here are a few more examples. Root beer, fruit juices, and that delicious Starbucks frap. Even when you're eating healthy choices, what we're drinking can truly impact our results. One study that analyzed the USDA sugar and sweetener outlook data found that the US population is consuming more than 300% of the recommended daily amount. Based on these few sugar-sweetened beverage example, it's easy to see how, really just how easy it is to do that and not even realize it. So now we've identified the problem, I want to discuss how to find the sugar in your beverages and how to start choosing options that have less sugar in them. We're not only going to talk about soft drinks, but we're going to hit on alcoholic beverages too. Okay, so thinking about food labels, sugar can be really hard to identify in our foods because it's under many different names. There's something like over 60 terms for the word sugar. So the first thing we want to do is understand how to read the nutrition label. We want to check out the serving information found at the top. So most single-serve beverages or foods will be labeled as just a single serving. However, where it gets tricky is in the bigger containers, they may have more than one serving in them. So it's important to understand that the sugar you're consuming, if you drink the whole thing, needs to be multiplied by the number of servings in that actual beverage. So to find the sugars, we need to look under the carbohydrate section. You'll find dietary fiber, total sugars, and added sugars. Remember, added sugars are added into food or beverages, usually for taste or to improve shelf life. So looking a little bit deeper, remember how I just said there was over 60 names for sugar? You want to be on the lookout for things that end in OSE, like fructose. Anything that has syrup in the name. Common names for sugar include brown sugar, corn sweetener, corn syrup, dextrose, fructose, glucose, high fructose corn syrup, honey, malt syrup, molasses, raw sugar, and sucrose. There are so many names. But wait, did I just say honey? Isn't honey considered healthy? It is, but honey, agave, and maple syrup have been given a pass as a healthy sugar, but at the end of the day, sugar is sugar, and it's how we metabolize it in our body that we need to be mindful of and stay healthy. All right, so now let's think about how we can rethink our drink. The best option is to choose water. This can be tap water, as long as it's safe, bottled water, sparkling water, or seltzers. In a day, we should be aiming to drink 60 or more ounces of water, and I'm going to give you 3 easy steps to help you get started. Tip number 1, carry your bottle with you wherever you go. I talk to my nutrition clients about this all the time, whether it's in your car or in your purse. Having your water bottle with you seems so simple, but it really can be a game changer. It's constantly in front of your face. It's a reminder all the time to think about your water. So after this talk, I encourage you to go into the back of your cabinet, pull out a water bottle, or maybe even treat yourself to a new one. But before you do, let me give you tip number 2. Drink out of a straw. Drinking out of a straw is another one of those, wait, that's so easy. But what exactly are we doing this for? Well, drinking out of a straw is more convenient and efficient, or in other words, it will make you feel like drinking water is a whole lot easier. When it feels easier, we're going to do it more often. Lastly, tip number 3 is you can add flavor. So if you don't like the taste of water, which I hear all the time, no problem. There are a lot of ways that you can add flavor to your water and still keep it healthy. So some of the ways that I like to do it are by adding my favorite produce, whether it be lemons or limes or oranges. I really mix it up and try to play around. Actually, one of my favorites is grapefruit and ginger. It is so good. In the summertime, I really enjoy doing cucumber with lime. It's so refreshing and hydrating. But I guess the bottom line is don't be afraid to mix it up and experiment. See what you like, see what fruits are in season, and give it a go. Okay, so the part we've all been waiting for, alcoholic beverages. So first I want to just level set and make sure that we are all on the same page here. A standard drink in the US contains 15 grams of alcohol, which is found in a 12-ounce can of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits such as vodka or whiskey. Okay, so now we're on the same page. Let me share this interesting fact with you. When you consume alcoholic beverages, your body prioritizes metabolizing that over your protein, carbs, and fat. So you might be asking yourself, okay, cool fact, but what does that mean? Well, it means that drinking is an easy way to tell your body to store calories you are taking in rather than use them for energy. When this happens, we store the fat in our body. Studies also show that when we consume alcohol, it affects our appetite and our choices. So rather than choosing whole foods that help you feel better, you're more likely to choose those high-calorie foods and overeat them. You might be thinking, oh, but drinking can be fun, or I just like to have a glass to relax and unwind. I agree, and that's okay. But let's dive into it a little bit more to help you stay healthy and mindful and rethink that drink. So, there's limited research, but some studies have found that high alcohol intake is correlated with impairments in strength, power, as well as cardiovascular endurance and health. We know that there are changes in our bodies that happen to hormones and our immune system when we're drinking alcohol. Another impact is that it can cause dehydration. It's possible that post-exercise muscle recovery and growth are impacted as well. So what does all that mean in short? Your daily movement, your workouts, your overall sense of energy and well-being are going to be impacted if you consume alcohol on a regular basis. You're not going to feel as good, nor will you recover as well when you're including alcohol in a regular basis. Okay, I'm definitely not saying that you have to give up your alcohol 100%. Absolutely not. But you should try to avoid adding sugars into them that make them even worse or even higher in sugar content for you. So when you're thinking about an alcoholic beverage, aim to keep it simple. Drink wine, light beer, spirits with water or carbonated fruit or carbonated water or fruits mixed in. Basically, keep it light, keep it simple. Be sure to plan ahead and make sure that you've eaten plenty of whole foods, drink water before and after consuming alcohol. So speaking of water, a great rule of thumb is to drink a 1-to-1 ratio of water with your alcoholic beverages on a night out. Working with Strength and Honor, we can help provide you with healthier alternatives to your favorite drinks. So for me, I tend to drink my alcohol on the rocks or mixed with seltzer. I'm tequila or vodka with a little lime usually. But if I do have a mixed drink, one of my favorite go-tos is a Cosmopolitan, which when made correctly only has 9 grams of sugar. So again, when we work with our clients, we really focus on working with them and where they're at in their lifestyle. Oftentimes we hear that beverages, particularly alcoholic ones, seem to be on an uptake on the weekend. What we do is we work with each client to be mindful of their choices. And since this can differ for everyone, our nutrition program focuses on you, your habits, your lifestyle, and what brings you joy and finding that balance. If you want to learn more, book your free discovery call today. Thanks so much for listening and can't wait to chat with you soon.